Alright, alright. Alright, alright. Alright, alright. Oh, it's a motherfucking cocoa, baby. Let me make sure this shit's working properly. It should be on. This should be on that bullshit. It should be on that bullshit. What up, everybody? It's your boy Kakaroto, aka Coco. Welcome back to a new series called Pillars of Eternity 2. This game came out back in 2018, but it recently got ported over to the console version. It's a game I've been dying to play. It only came out on PC, and then they just recently ported it over to the PS4. It's made by Obsidian, and as you all know, Obsidian makes amazing fucking games. So I had to get my hands on this, especially the collector's edition, because this is one of those games that I was dying to play. So it was definitely worth getting. It was like $200, I think. Not to flex on y'all motherfuckers, but I don't know. Fuck, I put that wrong. It's not Pillars of Eternity. It's Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. There you go. Was it worth it? It came with a big statuette. Let me see, an enamel pin. And it came with a couple of other goodies with it, but pretty good. So we're gonna go out on epic adventure. This game apparently got a lot of video game awards. You do play on the high seas. A lot of management, which is what I like. I'm gonna go ahead and just start making sure some of these things. Font ligatures. Directional ligatures will be used on appropriate characters in text colorblind mode. Just making sure certain things are in place so that way we can enjoy the game much better. No, I don't know that shit. I think I did put auto. I'm not gonna mess with auto pause. Graphics. We do want to have the buoyant objects, weather effects. Sound was good. Everything seems to be copacetic. Okay. We obviously have all the achievements on here. Let's go on and play Epic Adventures. New game. Let's get things rolling. Okay, so real time with pause mode. Real time with pause is the classic Deadfire game mode where combat progresses in real time. Classic mode of play, faster action-oriented combat. Pause is available at any time to assist with pacing. Recommended for players that enjoy classic RTWP experiences. Turn-based mode. Turn-based mode provides an alternate form of play where characters act on their turn during each round of combat. Alternate mode of play highlights tactical combat elements, provides a comfortable paced experience recommendable for players that enjoy turn-based. I think I'd rather do turn-based. I've never really played the more real-time with pause mode. I think I'm gonna go with turn-based mode. That's what I'm more accustomed to. Fuck a square. Oh, I keep going further down. Characters can only act on their turns. Recovery time becomes initiative. Lower initiative means acting earlier in the round. Reload time modifies initiative, and these weapons will reload between turns. Spells with longer cast times will complete their cast at a later point in their turnover order. Dual wield auto attacks are now full attacks and no longer affect recovery time. Durations are converted to last number of rounds. Effects that tick, pulse, or occur over time have had their potency scaled to match a per round value. Migrant's challenge adds a time limit to turns instead of limiting pausing. Huh? Party member AI and retargeting are disabled. Okay, I'm gonna go with turn based. To be quite honest with you. Alright, difficulty. Gameplay modifications. Trial of Iron mode. Only one save file is kept for the entire playthrough. If the party is killed, the file is deleted and you must start again. This option can be changed. What the fuck? No, I want to change that. Get the fuck out of the way. Let me see. Veteran difficulty for players who need more enemies and more aggressive enemy tactics to feel challenged. Path at the dam throws the largest number of enemies against the player, makes enemies more powerful. No. Classic difficulty for people who want Deadfire standard combat challenge. I think I'm gonna go with classic. Oh, that's if you want to have it on. I don't want to have the trial of iron. Hell no. Expert mode disables a number of helper features in the game. Players who want to rely on their own faculties and intuition while playing the game should play expert mode now. I'm gonna go with classic. Level scaling. What the fuck is critical path? I'm gonna put none there. I don't know what the fuck. Only scale upwards. I'm not gonna click any of that shit. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm just gonna go with classic. I think level scaling is just like the enemies, depending on the area. You're gonna become either your other under-leveled or over-leveled, if that makes sense. I'm good with these settings. I'm not gonna pick any trial of iron or expert mode. We'll go with classic, and I think that should be good enough. Let's start it off. I think that's fair. It's a fair gameplay right there. Obsidian Entertainment presents a Big Dick Energy Entertainment. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Dicks. A lot of dicks. FYI, a lot of dicks will be shown in this gameplay just because people be coming out of the water and shit. Injuries. If a party member gets knocked out in a combat or has a mishap in a scripted interaction, they will suffer an injury. Injuries cause a variety of negative effects, and if a character suffers more than 3 of them, can even be fatal. Eating food while resting will remove all of a character's injuries. Eating food while resting? The fuck you mean? Like sleeping and shit? Like while you laying down in bed and you have all the crumbs all over your titties and shit? I've seen baby girls who be having titty crumbles on their titties and shit. I'm like, damn girl, what you eating? You eating some McDonald's and shit? Let me get some of them french fries.
Aora. A world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance, known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood. A nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn. Infants born without souls.
The fuck?
Many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher. One who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions. Waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual. A seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Okay, that was a lot of information to take in. What up, my boy Lucifer? So we basically became a watcher and we got these powers. And
made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep, lifting the curse.
Whoa, the frame rates.
Told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. That maybe the gods weren't finished with us.
Oh shit. Wait a minute, but I thought we killed the god in part 1. I never got to play part 2.
When my god came back, he would forgive us.
Oh shit, wait a minute. He came back to life?
Troubled dreams.
He came back to life.
We all have to wake up.
This motherfucker came back to life. Are you kidding me? This is what happened in part 2? Get the fuck out of here. So I never got to play part 2 like I was saying because it was only for the PC and that came out back in 2018. We never had a chance to play it on the console version. Holy garbanzo beans.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Can I walk? I can walk this way. I want to see what's on this side. And go to the back. Okay, I can't go that way. Yeah, my boy. I was busy today. I actually went to spend some quality time with the family. I was gonna stream earlier today, but
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
the fuck?
A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
I had the day off
A
yesterday and
dubious
today.
honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
Okay, what the fuck?
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Yeah, I was off yesterday and today, and I just said, you know what, let me go spend some quality time with the family. Next week, we're gonna
And
go
did
watch
you ever
Sonic the
consider
Hedgehog.
that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
So I just been
Let the
using
world
my time
see.
up wisely.
Let them decide
What?
what to do.
Yas, yas, yas.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
Okay, it's gonna be interesting. Penetration. Most attacks that do damage have a penetration rating. If the attack's penetration is below the target's armor rating in that damage time, it will do much less damage. Okay, wait, let me read that again. If the attack's penetration is below the target's armor rating. Okay, when penetration is at least double the target's armor rating, the attack gains a bonus to damage. Okay, got you. So I honestly was gonna play other games today. I was thinking of playing Super Mario Maker 2, Fallout 76, but I didn't have time because I got home late. I got home not too long ago, and I said I actually need to start playing the games that I have bought.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage.
Oh no, I know Lucifer. I was just saying I felt like I wanted to play that today, but I didn't have time to play it because I got home late. I saw that the new update's gonna happen in April, so I'll probably try to make some time either this month or next month to try to play it. It's just that it's been difficult with everything happening, life, which is it's a good thing, you know. I'm taking a little break from gaming, if that makes sense, because life has been busy. So
You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
I hope to never be that fucking old like that. Shit. I mean, I wouldn't mind living for a long time, but Jesus, my man was so wrinkled, more wrinkled than my balls. All right, let's see.
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod. The creases of the dwarf's face
Okay, he wants me to
tighten
go
into a
through here?
smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
Found a secret with a new weapon I got. What did you find? I guess he wants me to go through here? Shit. So at this point I'm actually dead and I'm trying to find my way back into life, I guess. Does that make sense? Who the fuck is this?
Sit. Please. Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in.
Okay.
A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times.
The voice acting is definitely well done. Pump action shotgun with bullets explode. Oh, nice.
She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Okay.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
We get to pick our character. Watcher, examine the cards and choose your legacy. Okay. So the pump action shotgun with bullets explode. I didn't know that was even possible. I mean, I know they had explosive rounds for certain things, but I didn't know it was that crazy like that. In Pillars of Eternity, you returned to the lost Hollowborn souls to the Deerwood children as their pledge to Hylia. You were kind of merciful to people you encountered. ¿Qué? Ah, está sacando. Sí. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let me just get this thing out the way. Hold on. Toma. Alright, my bad about that. Let's continue what I was doing. Alright. So I get to pick from any one of these, I guess. Is what I get to do. Sorry about that. I had to go drop some stuff in the kitchen. Fair and balanced. In Pillars of Eternity, you return to the lost Hollowborn souls of the wheel as you have pledged. Okay, so you get to pick what happened in part 1, which makes sense. Part 1 was actually a really good game, and I did enjoy playing it a lot with friends. I don't think a lot of people remember this, but I used to play back in the days when I used to do Twitch. We played Pillars of Eternity. So these are just continuations. I guess whatever I have from the first Pillar of Eternity does not transfer over to this one. That's crazy. I wish that would have been the case. In Pillars of Eternity, you consign the souls of the Hollowborn to oblivion as you had pledged to Rimmergrand. You left the wake of physical destruction and spiritual annihilation wherever you went, seeking to bring a final end to things. In Pillars of Eternity, you pledged to consign the souls of the Hollowborn to oblivion as Rimgrand requested, but you ultimately gave the souls to Wadika, supposed to support it, maintaining the gods' secrets as well as your own. Oh, okay. I remember that much when we had a consort with the gods back in the day. What did I do in the first Pillars of Eternity? I think I ended up siding with all of them, trying to defeat the... Yeah, I remember now. You did everything wrong. You pledged to do the bidding of every god and then scattered the souls of the Hollowborn to a random location. You got every companion killed. You got the worst outcome for every quest. There's a mistake you could have made while still resolving the Hollowborn crisis. You made it. Not suggested for new players. Okay, so I remember we ended up actually doing this kind of half thing last time where we did the bidding for every god. I remember that right now. But we're not gonna pick that. You use souls. You had pledged to Galwin. Most other choices were made to strengthen you and your allies while punishing. I think we did with survival of the fittest. We did a mixture of this and everything bad. So I'm gonna go with this one.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes. I'm gonna go with yes.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Bera. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge.
So I must be like in what's the name? When you're not dead, but you're like in
The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction.
this motherfucker is creepy.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
Yes, in the Hall of Stars in the Twin Elms. I spoke with other gods in the Hall of Stars and pledged myself to them. I'm gonna go with this one. I spoke with the other gods in the Hall of Stars and pledged myself to them.
You did.
She places a card on the table, showing a tall tower with the gods' constellations arrayed around it in the sky. She places a card in the middle of the arrangement, a bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag
yes.
away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
Limbo. I almost forgot. I was like, what the fuck am I? I'm like, what's that word? Limbo. Yes. Limbo.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you.
Yeah, Pillars of Eternity 1 was like a really great storyline. That was like, I guess this time it's gonna be the other way around. They're gonna need us.
The being that occupied Ognua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothis. Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are.
So he woke up. How did he freaking wake up? I thought he was dead. I mean, I didn't even think the gods could come back after one dies. I know they get replaced by something else, another entity, when they die. Or not at all.
Though Aothis stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
Am I dead? Or why don't you just do it yourself? I'm not going anywhere near that thing again. Am I dead?
No. But neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a hollowborn. That is, until I return you.
Oh, should we get to come back?
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Audra.
Let me see. Well, I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people around it. I've had enough dealing with the gods, all of you. Why should I care about any of this? And let's get on with it. Doesn't matter how much you threaten me. I'm not going to do this. Let's go with the first one. Let's try to play passive this time around. Well, I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people around it.
I know. It is my business to know. 322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands.
Jesus Christ, 322.
Their souls remain in Aothis still. You have the power to save them.
Give me a
Serve
second.
me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
had to go get my soup. We ended up making chicken soup today, made out of chicken feet. So I had to go pick that up from the kitchen. All right, let's continue with this, and I'll eat afterwards. I'm just gonna play a little bit of this, probably like another 30 minutes, and go from there. So they're all remained in Eothas. That's kind of like interesting because I thought when a god takes your soul, you're not supposed to be able to come back, unless like you're a watcher or have some specific type of power. You enter the in between. You either get stuck in this place called, well, like we all know, kind of like limbo. But you're not able to come back unless there's some divine intervention. But the fact that Eothas, they still remain in Eothas is kind of creepy because I'm like, how, if I'm able to come back, then they should be able to come back. Meaning I had family or friends that ended up dying there. Anyways, then let's go on with it. I'll take the wheel.
Unfortunate. This will prove much more difficult without someone of your unique talents and circumstances.
She raises her gauntleted hand and gestures to the dwarf hovering at the periphery. The dwarf nods, the supernaturally wide smile returning to his face. He gestures for you to follow him.
This motherfucker looks creepy as hell, though. On second thought. Alright, I'll follow him. See what happens.
No sooner has Bareth spoken than you feel yourself dissolve. It is not an unpleasant sensation. Something between falling asleep and drifting on a warm current. Your essence is pulled through the Adra, where it mingles with the stuff of thousands of other souls. Your thoughts, your memories, even your identity as the Watcher, fade like a dream.
The fuck? So we lose ourselves?
Eventually, your soul reforms and finds its way into a small, crawling thing of fur and claws. You know the world by sound and scent, as food and danger. The concerns of gods and nations are beyond you. It is a simple and satisfactory existence, though your mind can conceive of no other. Whether it is a long one will depend upon the Watcher Bareth chooses in your stead.
Whether it is a long one will depend upon the Watcher Bareth chooses you. The fuck? So she's a Watcher too, I'm assuming. Okay. That's crazy. I'm so surprised that one of the gods came back. I didn't think that was possible after they die. I mean, they can reincarnate into something else, but I didn't think they can come back full-fledged like that. As a different entity. That's really interesting. Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Dick's Awakening. The fuck is this? Am I watching already the ending without even starting? I think we can speed this up. I mean, I wanted to enjoy the music. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see who did what. I gotta give credit. Obsidian is the one that created this. I guess they want us to know who the fuck created all of this before we actually get to start playing the game. So we'll just get to skip their whole bullshit. Like, yeah, you know, this motherfucker made this motherfucker made that. Congratulations. We do have a couple of expansions in the game, by the way. We have 4 expansions, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the 3rd expansion right there. Then the 4th expansion. So there's a lot. Like, the game got a lot of prestigious awards. With 4 expansions that came with Deadfire. The fuck? What the fuck just happened? What? Should have blew up the statue. Who, me? I just did this. Didn't I just do this? I'm a little bit confused. Should have blown up the statue. Well, you can't blow up the statue. That's the thing. You can't do that in the game. power level, all active abilities increase in effectiveness, number of projectiles, damage, duration, penetration. As a character's power level rises, this can keep even low level abilities effective as characters advance. Hola, carasquero. What up, Berto? How you doing, my boy? You have to restart? Really? You have to restart every time? Because I haven't played this game, like I said. I didn't even spoil it for myself when I played it.
A world where mortals live, die.
We did all this shit already. Wait, what the fuck? I did this part already. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
And so you wake to a sleepless world.
Wait a minute, we did this part already. I don't understand. What up, Berto? How you doing, my boy?
Follow your memories.
Are you still doing, by the way, Berto, the art streams, by the way? Welcome back, my boy. Are you still planning on doing the art streams? We did this shit already. I chose the wheel? Really? I have to restart? Alright, fine.
Watcher, you will stay.
That's some bullshit. So I have to rewatch this whole thing all over again. I'm gonna stick to my choices though, which is similar to what I did in Pillars of Eternity 1. That's one thing I did like. I don't know why it took them so long to port Pillars of Eternity 2 to the console version. I mean, I get it because PC reigns over all their consoles, obviously. So you gotta give that bullshit. That's fucked up. They made me go through all of that. So I'm gonna skip through all the dialogue because we already been doing that the last 30 minutes. So I already know what pretty much happens at this point. And just cut to the chase, which is me not choosing the wheel because I chose the wheel, huh? I wanted to see what would happen if I chose the wheel. I didn't think it was gonna take me all the way back. It's so stupid. I didn't think it was gonna take me all the way back.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to
I'm
understand?
planning to start again with the art stream, but again, my overlays and my logo ain't so art stream friendly. That's okay though. I mean, I know you haven't been doing YouTube because YouTube has been striking people for any little bullshit. Twitch is more friendly when it comes to that, right? I mean, not that you're doing like pornography or some shit like that, but like. All right. So if you see me skipping a lot of the dialogue, it's not that I am skipping it because I don't want to read it. We went through the dialogue and all these other cutscenes before already. At the beginning of the stream, which was like about, how long did the stream start again? The stream was like about 20 minutes ago. So I'm gonna be skipping through a lot of this stuff just to fast forward to where I left off, which was initially me trying to get out of here. But let's see what happens. I try to get into the Twitch streaming because I used to love streaming on Twitch, but
An aged
I forgot.
dwarf shares this strange flow. You can see his smile coming.
Yes. We went through all of this. I mean, my logo is inspired by R6 Siege. I used to enjoy watching those. Did you ever get to play with Exalted Steel and what was it? Who was it? Shinraizi and that one sushi chef from the Discord, by the way. Because they play that shit 24/7. I tried getting into it, but
Thank you for joining
wasn't my cup of tea.
Cadnua.
It's a great game though.
The
Rainbow
Godwoman
Six Siege
seated
is
at the table
a fucking amazing
is
game.
clad
It's
in
hilarious.
time-worn black a pale,
Okay, I'm gonna start skipping through all of this stuff
Your
because.
brush with the divine.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip through most of this stuff because we already picked all of this stuff and whatnot. We did Survival of the Fittest.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes.
Good.
I'm gonna start skipping through all of this because we already picked all of this.
Do you remember when we last met?
Using the Hall of the Stars and the Twin Elms. This time I'm gonna pick
You
that.
came to that tower seeking our aid. You prayed for help in reaching Theos, beyond the Court of Penitence, but would not pledge yourself to me. Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court
They
than a
stopped
pledge
playing the game. They
broken.
did? What, did a new Rainbow Six Siege game came out or something? Because
She places a card in the middle of
okay,
the
let's start
You have
skipping
made
most of
the
this stuff
being
because
of
we
our
already
aides, so you and he are still connected.
went through all this dialogue.
No.
She delicately
If
places
anybody
a
wants to see it
card
again, we
upright
can
on the
see it. You
table.
can see it at the beginning of the
The
stream.
art depicts souls flowing out of the
Let's go through this. We
I
picked
know.
all of this already.
It is my business. Their souls remain
Instead of
in
taking the wheel, then let's go on with it.
You have... Good.
There you go. This is where we
Before
left
you
off.
return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were. The last whisper of life and death.
Okay, this is where it
For a
actually
moment,
begins.
the sockets
I had to
of
pick the
her
first
eyes
choice.
darken, leaving the pits of a death's
That's what I
head
should have fucking
gazing out
picked.
at you.
When you can picture your own face, the beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Okay, now we're good. Now we're fucking good. So if I pick the wheel, it pretty much takes me back to the beginning of the game, and I have to start the whole bullshit all over again. If I pick the first choice, now I can come here to the first, to the character creation and whatnot, so that's a good thing. Yeah, new season did come out, but never saw them streaming. Ah, okay, got you. Rainbow Six Siege, like I said, it's a good game. It's just that, you know, it's like, I don't know, what was the other game? The Division was pretty good. The Tom Clancy games are pretty good. It's just certain games, I don't know. They're just lacking something. Like, they're good to play if you have friends to play with, but other than that, it's like, you know. Alright, let me see if I can import my character from previous games, because I had it. Okay, these are pre-made, because I don't remember making none of these motherfuckers. I want to have a little bit more control. Choose a pre-made character to start with and modify it as you like. I'm going to start from scratch. A lot of people definitely, you know, spend their time creating their own character because they want to make them how they want. So this might be, you know, not the most interesting part of the stream, but I'm going to spend my fucking time creating my character. I'm definitely going to make a waifu. I don't know how I'm going to make a waifu. A woman's role in Eora is largely dependent on where she is from. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rule, and women can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. I'm gonna go with the waifu just because it only makes sense. It only makes sense. I need to stop too. It's too addicting. This is why I want to go back to art streaming. I wanted to get into art streaming just because I feel like it's a very neutral type of stream in which, I mean, unless you're drawing like dicks and shit, like hairy dicks and whatnot, you're gonna get in trouble. But I feel like when you do art streams, nobody can really copyright claim your shit and whatnot because you're actually doing the art yourself. It's coming out of your own stuff, you know, out of your own imagination and whatnot. Well, let me leave now. All right, my boy, have a great day. I appreciate you coming through at least for a little bit. You enjoy yourself, and I appreciate you coming through, man. I'm gonna see if I can get into some art streams sometime later on this year. I need to start doing some shit like that. The godlike are children of the Keith, civilized races who have been blessed with a physical aspect associated with the gods. Though some do not consider it a blessing, these aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical, and godlikes are unable to wear protective headgear as it is near impossible to find anything that fits. Because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce, godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. Ooh, okay, that's not gonna be good. At least you get 1 dexterity, 1 intellect. Humans get 1 might, 1 resolve. Orlan is what? The fuck are these? What the fuck? Horlans are the smallest of the Keith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-toned skins, and hirsute bodies. Orlans are commonly found in Eir Glanfath, the Ixamilt Plains, and parts of the Deerwood. They are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. So you got 1 might, 2 perception, and 1 resolve. I might kind of have to go with, let me see, what about elf? I like elves. I always pick elves. Elves are the dominant race in Eir Glanfath, and the white that wends are extremely common in the Deerwood and Aether. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence as well as commonly isolated nature. We got 1 dexterity, 1 perception. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go. I mean, the Amunawa. These motherfuckers look creepy as fuck. I don't even know what these guys are. The mighty Amunawa are the largest of the Keith races and are commonly found in or near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water, and many of their civilizations, such as Rawatai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. I might have to pick her because we are going to be spending a lot of the time in the water. We'll go with elves for now. I like the elf. We gotta do Pale Elf. The Pale Elf's long history of living in hospitable climates have given them an inherent resistance to burn and freeze damage. What about the Wood Elf? Wood Elves have a natural resistance towards dexterity affliction. I'm gonna go with Pale Elf. Would you like to make a single class or multi-class character? Single class characters are entirely focused on their chosen class. They gain access to higher level powers more quickly. Multi-class characters can select powers from two classes but gain access to higher level powers more slowly and cannot access their class's highest level powers. So they cannot access their highest level powers. This is going to be a little bit multi-class characters are not recommended for new players. I'm gonna go with single class, and if that's the case, because I don't know what to expect. I'm gonna go with single class, then, if that's the case. All right. If you know me, there's probably gonna have a lot of better. They're gonna have a lot of equipment in this game. Support, crowd control. Minority role, defender, cipher, route controls. So I'm going to focus more on magic type stuff because I want to see what they have. A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach. Ciphers were once called Brishalwing, mine hunters, but the Glanfathans ciphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche using an ally's or enemy essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern. What the fuck do I get from this though? Metaphysics preview ability tree. Okay, so I'm assuming you get. The fuck? Can I check what the fuck is in here though? Oh, there you go. So you get biting whip, soul whip. What the fuck is this? I don't understand. Okay. What about druid? Nature spells. Ooh, this looks interesting. The moon's light. Calls the moon for the rays of healing moonlight, applying a regenerating effect to nearby allies. That's gonna come in handy. Returning to storm. Conjure Blight has a moderate amount of stray souls. Ooh, that looks like it's gonna be interesting. What do we got here? Let's see. Wild Strike Corrode. Wild Strike Burn. Ooh. This looks a little bit interesting actually. Taste of the Hunt. Caster's melee weapons. Maybe they have something that I can summon things. Okay, Druid so far looks good. We definitely don't want a fighter because we're not doing a fighter. Although they can heal. Rapid recovery. We're definitely not going to do that. Monk. It's more like fighting, obviously. Paladin, fighting, priest, faith spells, ranger. Rogue. What about the wizard? Let me see what wizard has. Is that between the wizard or the druid? Let me see. Ghost blades. Calls a field of unearthly blades into existence, inflicting immediate slash or pierce damage and hobbling enemies in the area of effect. Can I summon shit though? Gaze of the Adragan gives the caster a mystifying gaze of the Adra creature that provides the spell's namesake, petrifying enemies within the area or effect. That might seem a little bit more interesting. Can I summon shit though? Form of the helpless beast transforms a single Keith enemy into a pig. What the fuck? I mean, I definitely want to spend time on these things. Oh, passive abilities. Although the wizard looks good, I think I'm gonna go with the druid. The druid definitely looks like it has some very interesting spells. Wall of Thorns. It looks like it has some interesting spells. And cast his target in a protective shell. I think I'm gonna go with the druid. Can I summon something from here? Let me see. Summons a giant beast from a natural size. A true aspect. We're gonna go with the druid. We're gonna go with the druid. Subclass. Furries. Okay, so animists are the most common druids in Eora, seeing life in all facets of the world. Animists draw power from the complex web of connections between plants, animals, weather. Wait a minute. Does this mean furry? Automatically learn the following druid spells at new power levels. So we learn Sunbeam, the Moonslide, Returning Storm, Conjure Blight, Plague of Insects, Sunlance, Lashing Vine, Renegade Tornado, Life Giver. Alright, let's read through this because I'd rather get the lore from it. So animists are the most common druids in Eora, seeing life in all facets of the world. Animists draw power from the complex web of connection between plants, animals, the weather, and even the humble rocks and soils of Furries embrace storms as the essential wild spirit of nature. Instead of spirit shifting into an animal form, furries transform themselves into a storm blight. Despite their name, furries are not known for being particularly violent, but are known for being loud, boisterous, and generally impossible to shut up. Bonus, instead of animal form, furry spirit shifts into a storm of blight. Okay, so we don't get to transform. While not pacifist, life-giver groves tend to be the most peaceful gatherings of druids. They focus heavily on healing magic but lack the ability to summon allies. They're commonly found in rural communities where feuds and tempers run high, such as the Deerwood. Shifters emphasize the spirit shifting capabilities of druids rather than their spellcasting abilities. Unlike other druids, shifters possess the ability to shift to any animal form. Shifters are known as isolated and antisocial druids, often living as hermits far from civilization. Druids can switch to any of the shifting animals once each per combat. Not all ancients are venerable and formed, but not many have walked Eora for hundreds of years. Primal in nature, these zealots of Galawain tend to keep to themselves in forests and extreme environments, warding off would-be travelers and conjuring untamed magics. Gain bonus power level with beasts and plant spells. Summon sporelings, hold beasts, wild growth, form of the Delman, wall of thorns, venom bloom, call to the primordials. So I think I might go with the ancient because I actually want to be able to summon. Where the fuck is it? Is it this? No, there was something on here, which is probably this right here. Aspect of Galawain. Summons a giant beast. I want to get Aspect of Galawain. Yeah, that's the one I want. So we start off with all of these, and we spirit shifts the bear, spirit shifts the boar. Initial abilities: charm beast, nature's vigor. Wait a minute, did I wanted to go with ancient. Okay. Oh, I get to pick. Oh, I get to pick one initial ability because I get 1 point. I'm sorry. Alright, the druid utilizes their innate connection with the nature world to charm enemies, animals, nature's vigor, draws in invigorating power of nature, granting a brief dancing bolt, summons a flurry of thin bolts of lightning, zapping enemies in the area of effect for shock damage. Calls on a shaft of intense sunlight, burning the potentially blinding those caught in the area of effect. Vile thorns, winter's wind, nature's mark. What the fuck? Really? So I only get to pick one? What about Talon's Reach? Conjures a giant talon claw under the target, causing slash damage to all in the area of effect. Touch of Rot. The caster's hand emanate decay, causing immediate corrosive damage and more damage over time to any area of the effect. Vile Thorns, Winter's Wind. Let me see. What's the radius for this? 1.5, 1.5. 5. Rapidly grows a patch of twisted vine that surround and entangle anyone unlucky enough to get caught. This is a 5 radius, but it doesn't do too much damage per turn. Length in a 90% cone. Winter Wind is just more like a cone. Causes enemies in an area of effect to glow with pale green light, making them easier targets. Except for decreased deflection. I think I'm gonna go with dancing bolts. Okay. We'll go with that for now. Shape-shifting. Okay, so we can either shift into the bear. Draws upon the druid's natural connection to the bear, temporarily allowing them to assume that form. The bear spirit shift can engage targets, has a high armor rating, and can invoke a terrifying roar. Regenerates health, which is the spirits of the boar, spirits of the wolf. The wolf spirit shift moves quickly and has an attack that can knock enemies prone. Spirit shift the cat. The cat spirit shift is a naturally fast attack and can burst into even faster attacks for a short period of time, but they're probably really weak. The stag spirit shift has a higher defenses that can attack groups of enemies with its melee carnage attack. I'm gonna go with the scrag. I mean, it says it has a high defense. I'm gonna go with the scrag. Okay, so we got 15 points left. Might contributes to the damage, healing, effectiveness, and the fortitude defense. It represents a character's physical and spiritual strength, brute force, as well as their ability to channel powerful magic. Really? I recommend it for druid. Let's go ahead and start putting some points in here. Let's go to 15. Constitution affects health and the fortitude defense. It represents a combination of the character's overall health and stamina. Let's put 1 point in there. Dexterity affects the character's action speed with all attacks, spells, and abilities, and contributes to reflex defense. It represents a combination of hand-eye coordination, swiftness, and overall grace. Let's put 1 in there. Perception contributes to accuracy and the reflex defense. Perception represents a character's sense as well as their instinctive ability to pick up on details such as detecting traps or hidden objects. Intellect, recommended for druid. Let's go ahead and put 3 in there. Resolve contributes towards reducing hostile effect durations as well as improving will and deflection defenses. It reflects a character's internal drive, determination, and fearlessness. So this is highly recommended. Okay, so we're gonna put more points in here. I'm gonna put 1 more into intellect just to keep it gully. Where are you from? From Adir. The Adir Empire is one of the most prominent old empires of the West. It is centered around the equator and it has a tropical climate. The nation of Adir is at its heart and houses the majority of its humans and elven populace. Adir was once a powerful colonial force, but the loss of red Saras in the deer would reduce its stature. Adirans are common in the Eastern Reach, but rare in the Deadfire archipelago. So we get 1 resolve, 1 dexterity. The Deadfire archipelago marks the eastern edge of the known world, dominantly populated by island Aumana, who make up the tribes of the Huana. The chain of hundreds of islands span thousands of miles. The Deadfire contains myriad climates and biomes that are home to a bewildering array of creatures. The last century has brought ambitious colonial traders, explorers, and pirates to the Deadfire, but travel east of the archipelago is blocked by the destructive storms of Ondras Mortar. Legends among the Huana speak of an ancient cataclysm that devastated their people thousands of years ago. Details of this even have been lost to time, but Huana storytellers claim that it destroyed everything they had built, sinking even the greatest of their cities beneath the waves. These are those bitches that like to live in the water, the ones that look like demons. Ixamital Plains. Located north of Red Saras in the Eastern Reach, the Ixamital Plains are a large expanse of fertile savannas that are extensively farmed by its savanna folk and Orland residents. The Ixamilt culture is one of the oldest in the world, though one of the least imperialistic, having spread out little over the past several thousand years. Ixamilto societies places a strong emphasis on learning and scholarship and honors their philosophers and literati. Okay, Old Valia. We might have to go with this one. Anything? Let me just scroll down really quick just to see what it has. I might have to go with either the Living Islands or Old Valia, because this one only has Constitution, this one only has Perception. Old Valia. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, Old Valia is now the crumbled remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations, counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks. The Old Valian countries are still forces to be reckoned with, and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. The southernmost of the old empires, the Old Valia, suffered a similar fates to their northern neighbors, the Adrians, and lost their most prosperous colonial territories. The Valian republics, many old Valians in the Deadfire archipelago, are associated with the Principi Sen Patrina, a vast coalition of pirates. The powerful neighbor kingdom of Rautai is dominated by coastal Aumawa and ruled by the Ranganui. Currently the most prosperous of the old empires, Rauatai has expanded aggressively into the Deadfire archipelago to secure natural resources that are scarce in their native storm-torn land. Though folks, dwarves, and Orlands can be found in Rauatai, most are merchants or remnants of the old kingdoms Rauatai conquered when they seized power centuries ago. Legends say that the Rauatines came to their lands from the Deadfire archipelago in the wake of a terrible cataclysm, but the details of that event have been lost in the time and the imagination of storytellers. The Living Lands is the mountainous region of a large northern island renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and its ecosystem vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races and a variety of colonial and independent settlements. A large, cracked southern expanse of polar ice, the white that winds, is the home to the Pale Elves. Oh, that's where I'm from. And the small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers. While virtually no plant life grows in the white, it is home to many hard species of dangerous animals and forage to the sea. So I think I'm gonna go with the Living Lands. What's your job? You were part of a group of the founded a fledgling colonial in a distant land. You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest you briefly, blah blah blah. You're more comfortable on the road. I'm on the road again. Oh, so these give you different explosive metaphysics arcana. The rules of the govern the world are set for alchemical formulae to you, waiting to be discovered. I might go with that. Streetwise bluff diplomacy. You've traded goods from all over. So I'm guessing politics are going to be relatively important in this type of game. We definitely don't want to be... Nope. I think I'm going to go, honestly, with the scientist. +1 explosives, +1 metaphysics arcana. I'm going to go with the scientist. Available weapon types. Proficiency in weapon or shield grants access to mortal ability for use with the associated type. These abilities are situational, may be returned on or off to meet the tactical and needs of battle. So I'm assuming... Oh shit, I can only use 2, huh? This is gonna be interesting. I can't even see what the fuck this is, though. I can't even see what the fuck this is. This is two-handed. So this is poles, shields, magical implements. Okay, there you go. I think I'm gonna go with magical implements, and I can only choose 2, huh? All right, we're gonna have to go with a mage. That's a mage. A weapon. I'm gonna say guns are good, but I'm gonna have to go with something that has, let me see, destructive channeling. Channeling excess energy through the scepter hurts the wielder with each attack, but increases the damage dealt. The rod attacks with greater energy, slowing the wielder's initiative, but hitting enemies around the target. Interfering barrage. Focus 1 attacks interfere with enemy's ability to attack effectively at the cost of damage. I think I'm gonna go with the destructive channeling. That's not gonna be good. The rod attacks with greater energy, slowing the wielder's initiative, but hitting enemies around the target. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go with that for now, I guess. This is relatively interesting. It hurts the initiative, but hitting enemies around the target. The rod attacks with greater energy. Let's go with the rod. I don't know, that might haunt me back in the Proficiency in a weapon. With a slower, heavier draws, the warbow can penetrate the toughest armor. I think the warbow. I think I'm gonna go something with... I don't want to be too up close. I definitely want to take time away. I don't remember. I'm not gonna be something that's like a brawler or something that uses an axe or a sword. I definitely want to keep my distance when it comes to this. So definitely, guns are good. Don't get me wrong. Now I don't know if would I find something. Let me see. The Arquebius wielder takes time to line up a well aimed shot. These attacks are far more accurate. I think what I'm gonna do is go with the warbow. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the warbow. I'm happy with that. Okay, available categories. The fuck am I doing here? What? And a distance somewhere. Wait a minute. Wait, what? We're doing customization now. I kind of like her. She looks delicious like that. What about this bitch right here? Yeah, let's go with that, baby girl. Colors. Let's change the colors to red. Yeah, I like that, baby girl. I like that. You're looking sexy now. Let's make that color a little bit. Let's make that a little bit more like. Let me see. I want you to look pastel colors. I'm back. Had to moderate another stream. Oh, no worries, Lucifer. Listen, if you can't make it to any of the streams sometimes, I completely understand, man. I know you have your own stuff going on too, and I don't expect you or anybody else to come through. I completely understand, my boy. No offense taken if you can't make it to some streams. All right, so I'm gonna let me see, make her maybe a little. I think I like the red. Yeah, I think I like that color on her. She looks good like that. Her skin, she needs to be a little bit. Let me see, she looks green. I think I'm gonna go with that color. Looks like a vampire. Yeah, she looks a little bit like a vampire. Not gonna lie to you. I think I like the way she looks. Her eyes could be. Let me see. Let me make an Uchiha. No, I think yellow looked good on her. I think yellow looked good on her. Let me see what pink looks like. Let me see, what about this red? Oh, I always watch the playbacks to see what I missed. Yeah, no worries, my boy, and I appreciate it. Somebody was telling me this the other time that they like watching the streams to go to sleep, or they rewatch it to go to sleep. Apparently the microphone the microphone has well, my voice has improved much better since I switched up to the microphone, so it's like a little bit soothing when they go to sleep. I'm like, I don't know if I have a radio voice, but haven't really heard a playback of my videos to see if it really is if that really is the case. But apparently people on Instagram were telling me that they use it to go to sleep, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's a good thing if I put your ass to sleep. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, I don't like that hairstyle. Wait, actually, you know what? Let's try this one out. Damn, girl. What about this one? Nah. I need to go with something a little bit more sexy and shit. The fuck? That does not look sexy. That does not look appealing at all. That just looks like that bitch from Beatrix. The fuck? Wait, Beyonce? Beyonce? I see a little bit of Beyonce there. Alright, this is the one we initially started out with. I might go with that one, to be honest with you. Ooh, wait a minute. Now she looking proper. Baby girl looking delicious now. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Shit. Alright, what about Kaki?
Quick.
What about Feist?
After him. You're mine.
The fuck?
You'd better run.
Nah, do I want to go cocky? Do I want to go cocky or do I want to go... Let me see, what about noble?
Charge! Kill them all!
Ooh.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Vox Machina, let me see.
I'm sorry, but you have to be stopped. For the Everlight! Go for the eyes, Trinket!
I think Keyleth or Bexalia works better.
This is it. I've got an arrow with your name on it.
I'm gonna go with that one. Okay, pose. Heroic. Let's do. What about roguish? Ooh, what about sassy? Damn, girl. Stoic. Sullen. Sickly. The fuck? Erudite. Pious. What about drunk? What does drunk look like? What the f? That is not what drunk looks like. What the fuck? Energetic. What about savage? What the fuck? Do I want to go with savage? I might want to go with savage. What about sassy? Let me get another pose. Let me get another pose for sassy girl. I think I'm gonna go with savage. I like savage because remember she's like a vampire type of elf. I'm gonna go with savage. Have you been drinking tonight? Oh no, not me. No, not at all. I haven't had a drink in like what, 2 months now. Let's see. We'll go with this one for now. All right. So we're gonna change the name. We're gonna call her. I'm gonna call her. Let's call her. Beyonce. I'm gonna call her Beyonce. Crackhead. Call her crackhead? What the fuck? But if we're gonna call her crackhead, we need to give her like an actual, like a mystical name. What about Cracknilda? What about Cracknilda? I think I like Cracknilda. What do you think about that? Cracknilda? Cracknilda. Cracknilda Dufont. Cracknilda Dufont. I like Cracknilda Dufont. Cracknilda Dufont. She sounds like she's fancy, but at the same time she a crackhead. So she a mystical crackhead who's also a fancy bitch. Like she was a millionaire elf who had all her money, but she wasted all her money on crack. So she's Cracknilda Dufont. Alright, so I think I'm happy with all of this. We definitely spent a lot of money. We're gonna be a druid, pale elf, nature, the living lands. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with this character creation. We are gonna use the rod, the war bow, because we're not a warrior. We're mostly like a faraway distance type of a person. So I'm good with this.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world.
Okay.
Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
Beautiful.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you.
A BBC.
The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby. The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Okay. I need to get to walk. Alright, peace out, baby girl. I'm gonna miss you.
Time is not on your side, Watcher. I suggest you get on with the task at hand.
Suck my dick.
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, let's see. Everything has been going good so far. Everything seems to be good. Jesus, that was really interesting though, because I didn't really think there was gonna be a lot of this has a lot more customization than what it had on Pillars of Eternity 1. This one has way more customization. Let's see what's going on over here. What the fuck is this? You sense a steward spirit in the bust, but she's unaware of you. What about this guy? Goosebumps rise on Eddar's arms at your approach, but he seems unaware of your presence. I'm assuming that's our body, so we get to go in it. Oh shit. He's like, what the fuck? How'd you wake up, girl? I was about to finger that pussy.
The return to your body feels like waking
Auralia?
after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs.
Auralia would have been good.
Crashing waves hammer inside your skull.
Auralia would have been good, but I think Cracknilda sounds good though. Cracknilda sounds good, because what if Cracker doesn't necessarily have to be bad? What if she ends up being like really good? In some countries they call you, yo, you a crack. Like you're mad good and shit.
Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe.
He's thinking, oh, my man is smoking that pipe?
He starts.
My man
His
smoking that
gasp,
ganji.
mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
My man was smoking that chiba.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake? How are you feeling?
I'm in a lot of pain, weak, but I'm sure it will pass. Cracknilda Dufont. I'm feeling weak, but I'm sure it will pass.
Sure. You've been out a long time.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
Is that the fucking statue?
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
Well, we are able to speak to spirits, so.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethus possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the
that's
souls
what
of all
happened.
nearby.
So he took over the fucking statue. We wouldn't have known that he would have been able. I didn't think gods could possess the statues now. That's why you said destroy the statue. We wouldn't have known.
It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely.
Barely.
The further Aethus withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
I know.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortunes brewing topside. Migrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
My man was drunk. He wants a challenge. He wants some of that dick.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
Are we about to come out and give some of that dick?
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
We about to go put it on that deck. We're about to show up on deck and pull out our deck. All right, let's go ahead and pull out a deck on our deck. About to hit him with our deck on the deck. The word Ukaizo is scribbled and crossed on many points of this globe. Where the fuck is the thing? Okay. Alright, so we can probably take everything with square. I'm just gonna look over these things to see what it says. 4-bow, 2-handed, chance to hit, fit for melee. It's melee weapons. Fit for melee, rod, accuracy, deflection. Okay, so we got some copper pan. Let's take everything.
Alright, now make some use of it.
Let's get out of here. Tutorials, equipping. Did I just skip the tutorial? Okay, I'm assuming I could put this shit where? Okay, so this is gonna be my main. That's that. Put this shit in the main one. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, now that I look at it, I don't like the way that looks. Can I put this on? Okay, it took off what I had on. Okay. Can I put this here? One of these things? Nope, I can't. I can't put none of that shit there. Okay, so I have my defense on, and I have my wand. I mean, it's not a wand. It's a staff, right? What is it? It's a rod. I would have preferred a staff because it looks bigger and shit, but it's alright. I'll take this for now.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly.
I'm okay with that. I'll go ahead and take it. Well, too late now. Yeah, too late now. The staff would have been better. I just didn't like the staff that I didn't like that it said that it was gonna deal damage to me and whatnot. I would have been much nicer with a staff. I'm hoping I could probably change. Pillars of Eternity 1 had this thing at a point where we were able to respec our points on our class and change it. Hopefully Pillars of Eternity 2 has that too, where I can go and respec and change my class. Which I'm not going to change my class. I'm going to keep what I have. But I know you were able to respec at one point in the previous game. Hopefully in this one you're able to do so with your... Not just with the way you look, but everything else. So we'll see. I mean, it has to have it. It has to have it because part 1 had it too. So I wouldn't be surprised. With only one way to find out, just to play the game and see where it takes us. Now, I would have loved to have used the rifle, but...
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
A surly British-looking captain stands stiff back before his crew. He scolds as he assesses you, his hair whipping about his ears in the wind.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, at least he asked.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
The captain shrugs in the sheathing rain before pinning you with a slow, murderous grin.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
The storm is pretty loud. Did you say you're surrendering? How strange. I'm going to mount your skull in my cabin. Make a rude hand gesture. Attack. Fire all cannons. Aim at the mouthy one. Fire all cannons. Aim at the mouthy one.
Now you're getting it.
I'm about to give him some of that dick.
Listen up, mates.
He cracks his neck as he addresses his crew.
I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
Ah, shh. Okay. Combat introductions. I wanted to see the combat introductions. I didn't get to see what the fuck happens. Okay, so it's my turn. Fuck! I kind of fucked up there. Okay, whatever. So I'm assuming whoever's closest to me is the one who I'm gonna attack. That's my companion. This is the pirate who is going to be right there. That's not his turn just yet. I'm assuming it's gonna be me, Eldul, and then Beldul. Beldul is right here. He's my boy right there. And then who else do we have? So I don't want to move Irina. So we got next round is gonna be Irina and it's gonna be him. So I'm assuming we can probably take on. I'd say we take on the one from Beldul. So he's next. Who's next after him? That's the pirate I want to essentially attack. I'm gonna go with the one that's closest to me just to see how this turns out. So I'm guessing R2 brings out my spells, right? What the fuck am I doing? Okay, so this brings this out. Oh shit. Everything is paused. Everything is paused at this point. First level spells. Okay, I'm assuming I can go ahead and brace thunder, which is going to probably. This is actually what I want right there. That's gonna affect all of them. Dancing bolts. Okay. So I pressed R2. What the fuck did that do? Oh, it takes next round. This one is gonna cast. Okay. Okay, and then what do I do next? Okay, you can increase the speed of it. Oh, I got you now. Ah, I can't even waste my things. Oh, my shit. You know what? That's okay. I can kill this motherfucker so he's not... Ah, yeah, I got it, my man. Okay, I figured it out. So it's kind of like you have action points, but you can't really do nothing with that, so... I'm gonna end my turn. What the fuck is he gonna do? Really? Hello? Irina's gonna go next. That motherfucker should almost be dead. What the fuck is he doing? You can definitely speed up the thing, I know that much. That guy's dead. Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Since I had the power to do this shit right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on these motherfuckers. And I'm gonna end my turn. Because it takes one turn for me to cast my thing. So I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit. Ooh! I didn't even get to see. Wait a minute. I gotta get used to the order of things. They should be shocked. Wait a minute. They should be shocked. 'Cause I did. So then Irina. Then it's my turn. Just crack Nilda. He's dead. And now it's my turn. I was about to say. But technically, actually, now that I think about it, there you go. Fucking shit. I can't do none of that shit. Are you fucking kidding me, man? How am I supposed to shoot the fucking thing? What the fuck? Did I just transform into... Okay, I transformed into this shit. I can't do nothing else there, huh? What does Cragnilda say? So I have 5. I should have enough points, no? So I can't do nothing else at this point, from the looks of it. Kill that motherfucker, he's done. We're gonna have to go help them. He's dead, baby. He's dead. He's dead. Oh, we about to kill these motherfuckers. Yeah, my boy. It's over. It's over. It's over. No movement. That's it. It's over. We fucked them up. Please shoot him from there, please. He's about to fucking die. Everybody's about to go fuck him up right now. Okay, so combat is not that bad. Oh, he killed one of my teammates. Who the fuck was that? Oh, you're about to die, my man. We've only lost 1 casualty.
Storm's picking up. Take cover.
Okay, we only lost 1 person, which is not that bad. I'm gonna have to get used to combat, which is obviously a little bit different from Pillars of Eternity 1. You defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sail and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. Just then, a loose crate tumbles towards you, gathering speed on the rain-slicked deck. It misses you, but knocks Chitupek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chitupek pitches over the side. He grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front and realize it likely contains the salvage from Kaednura, your keep. Ah, damn. Your crew is always more important. It contains the salvage from Kaednura, your keep. You can always get more equipment, but you can never replace your crew. You grab Chitupek's arm just as his grip fails. For a tense moment, he hangs suspended over the rolling sea. Then, with a mighty tug, you pull him back onto the deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate from Kaednura is gone. Chitupek, meanwhile, nods in gratitude and hurries to his station. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flashing of lightning reveals a treacherous coastline and Eothas striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs around. The impact hurls you from the deck and into a froth of waves, bodies, and splintering debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead, even as the surf tugs you toward open sea. You kick and paddle with all your might until at last you feel the sand between your fingers, pulling yourself ashore. You collapse. Jesus. This is gonna be an interesting game for sure. For sure. I'm glad I picked up this game. Like I said, I had a lot of fun playing Pillars of Eternity 1. And this one feels like it's gonna be... Hopefully I didn't make a bad decision there. Hopefully that guy who we saved ends up being a good member of our crew. Apparently we're gonna have ships. We're able to customize the ships in our crew, and hopefully hopefully they were able to have them help us out and whatnot. This ship better not have frozen. Okay, so it's at 53%. I did hear the only downside of the game is that it does have long loading screen times. But I personally don't mind the long loading screen times. I feel like they give you like a little pause moment to like regather yourself of what you're doing. So I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing. Seek out means of repairing your ship. We've awoken.
You've been getting a lot of sleep so far on this trip. I'd awoke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand.
Eder runs his fingers through his hair and removes a strand of seaweed he finds lodged there. He examines it closely and then tosses it to the sand.
If you're worried about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there.
He points out the Defiant despite it being difficult to miss from your vantage point.
So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
Eder nods towards something further up the beach.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lady. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
Your steward appears to be lodged between some rocks. Despite this, her tone is warmly cheerful. Where are we?
Oh no, but it's real pretty.
Difficult to say for certain. The Deadfire is spotted with islands, some quite small. The good news is that if the storm hasn't spun us round entirely, I'd say we're in charted waters. I believe the Valian Trading Company operates in the region. Hence that little visit from that wretched pirate captain.
Alright, what do we do now? Can we patch up the ship?
I'm afraid I won't be much assistance in that regard. And not to doubt Master Adair's capacity, but even he would need supplies.
That's true. Steak, especially.
Patching the hull is only the start. You're going to need help getting the Defiant out to sea again. And a crew, for that matter.
Oh my god, that's gonna be awesome. So wait, it didn't matter whether... Well, regardless of the choice, right? For morale purposes, I decided to save that person who was about to go over ship. We get to hire a new crew, start building a new ship, customizing it. So I think for the choice that I made, which is save the person and drop the... Because regardless, we would have lost if we would have saved the box, so...
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired. I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright. My lady, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
My soul passed into the beyond, and Barath gave me a choice: find Eothas or die. Barath has given me a sacred duty. I am to hunt Eothas for the other gods. It turns out the gods are too dumb to figure out what Eothas is doing, They sent me back to figure it out. Squint dramatically while looking out of the ocean. I returned as the Herald of Barath. I'm on a special mission to find Eodas and learn what his plans are. I'm gonna go with that one. Sounds cocky.
Sure. I suppose if any mission could be considered special, it'd have to be this one.
A perilous endeavor indeed. Castle or no castle, you are still my lady, and I will aid you to the best of my...
Also, we could look at tutorials here. Oh, okay. Let's look at the combat introduction. Oh my lord, I thought I almost lost this shit now. Okay, characters with a red selection circle are hostile to you. To attack an enemy with your currently equipped weapon, approach the enemy, combat will start automatically. During combat, enemies can be attacked moving the cursor and pressing the... We figured that out ourselves. You can also press the L2 to open radio menu and navigate to the attack section. To put the cursor... What? As you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. If you ever stuck, open... Okay, I know that much. Some of the quests you receive may be challenging until your characters achieve a higher level. Okay, we need to see that. Equipment items. Pretty much figured that out ourselves. It was pretty much self-explanatory. A perilous endeavor indeed. Castle or no castle, you are still my lady, and I will aid you to the best of my ability. Okay.
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Let's go. I didn't even get to see what the fuck I picked. Select a party member, press L1 button to select previous and R1 button to select the next character. To select multiple party members, hold L1 and R1 and drag the marquee over the circle so the party member you like to include using L. To select the entire party, press L1, R1 buttons. Okay, I guess it's to make them walk. Okay, we're able to walk now. Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna save it. Ooh, have autosave and shit. I'm gonna call this New Journey. Did it save? Okay, it did. Alright, so far so good. We're gonna leave it there for now. I'm definitely gonna enjoy the shit out of this game. Definitely glad that they ported this to the console and we're able to actually finally play it. It's gonna be interesting to see the vast differences from what this game has with Pillars of Eternity 1. But so far from what I've seen, combat system has definitely been revamped a little bit. More choices as far as how your class can be taken. It's kind of interesting to see how multiple classes work under one character. It should be relatively complicated, but not too complicated, if that makes sense. But we'll explore more about what happens to our ship and this island. We don't know where we're at, and see what happens on our quest to defeat Eothas, which is probably going to be a long, perilous quest. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. And if you already subscribed, go ahead and drop a like for your boy Coco. If you want to join the Discord server, the link is in the description. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, that information is in the About Me section of my channel. I'm going to take a little break, get something to eat, and I'll be back later on. The next follow-up games are going to be Atelier Ryza, and then after that, we're going to play Fallout New Vegas to finish the night. Thanks for coming through. It's your boy Coco, baby! Signing off. I'll see you boys and girls next time. Thanks for coming through, my boy Lucifer. I'll see you later. Peace.